that you have that you say, do you work with those mules as far
Try
as...
tobacco with them.
Do you really?
We 9 to 10 acres tobacco with them every year.
So they are work
Right,
mules then,
right,
not just
right.
farm mules.
Now they work them too and then show them too.
Tell us about this gentleman coming up here.
And that's Leroy Jones. Now, he's got a fine working team. You see, they handle real good. And they all look alike.
Come on.
And you got it?
There you go.
All right. They look, real good.
Uh-huh.
And watch them, they're handling. They're right on time.
They're all moving together.
All moving together, and ain't no chains loose. They're all tight. Now he's got it made. Now he's got it back in. See?
This would be a difficult competition to compete in. Now, do they do this with single-pair mules in a wagon? Do they do any kind of competition like that?
Yeah, they do it like they done a while ago. They done the 2-mule hitch. Now this is a 4-mule hitch. This is a lot harder.
The 4 mules?
Yeah, because you got a 4 lines, and you got two more mules, and you got more things to work with.
Right.
And
a lot more could go wrong, right?
Right, right. Now, he's doing a real good job. Steve's coming back.
Now who works in the back of the wagon to tell them to stop?
Well, Charlie Apple's standing back there, and he tells them when to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them pushing the thing off, and somebody else, I don't know the man's name back there.
But now they have to, when he calls them to stop, they have to stop right there.
Right. Don't they knock planking off the 2 barrels, see?
And now they stay in place against that plank.
Yeah, the back wheels of them wagons don't move.
Right. Yeah.
The front does, but the back ones don't move.
My goodness, this is really interesting. This is the first time I know for myself that I've ever seen the 4-hitch competition.
Well, it's a beautiful sight.
It really is.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we were able to...
A lot of money involved in these things, and a lot of time, but you got to like it or you wouldn't do it. That's just what it boils down to.
It's a labor of love.
Yeah. You won't get rich at it. It's just like everybody's got a hobby.
Uh-huh.
And if you like it, some people like to go boat riding, but these people like mule driving.
Yeah.
And mule showing, so that's why we're all here.
Now, you go, are there a lot of shows that you can go to, like every weekend if you wanted to?
Well, you usually have one about every week, somewhere during July, August, and September. And then it's about over after September. After National Fair, that's usually about the last fair. And so you've got about 3 months that you can ever, somewhere if you want to go. And I usually show 9 county fairs, and then go to the state fair Louisville and show, but I never get to go to Nashville because I usually am a tobacco.
Oh,
and I have to put it in the barn, but I try to manage it so I can go and watch these fellas show just like this. But see, when you go to Nashville or at Louisville, you got to stay a week.
Oh, really?
You have to stay a week. You don't just go like one day to day and back home. You stay a week.
You have to show every day?
No, we show 2 days.
Huh.
But you have to have a soft in for people to come by and look at it.
Oh.
And you take a wild mule up there, he'll come back home tame. The kids, the mules will watch the ones that's gentle, come to the fence, and the kids will hit them. And the wild ones keep staying back there so long. And he'll get jealous. And I mean, really, it's the truth. He'll have the one that's getting kicked. And in 2 days, the 3rd day, he'll have his head over the fence, and the kids will be afraid of him. That's right.
That's amazing.
I won last year. We had the last saw to catch when we left home. And when after fire, anybody could have caught it.
Is that right?
Right. It gentles them because, see, there's hundreds and hundreds of people come through there day and night looking at them.
And they want you to have them there for the people to look at, right?
The state fair does. That's why they have them on display for a week, see. You go on Thursday at Louisville and get out on Thursday.
Now here we see Strud of McMinnville, Tennessee, with his team of mules.
Yeah. He done the figure 8. Now he's going to back up, see.
I see. And from this angle, we should be able to see really well how he's going to get right against that
he's got to get that wagon back in the back end straight to that plank, He ain't got to get his team around to where it'll line up right, see? He has to kind of just work it, a puzzle.
Right.
To make it all work out, really.
Has Jack been showing a long time, too?
Yeah, but this is the first time I've seen him out this year. Jack, he told me he had an operation about a year ago on one of his shoulders.
Oh.
And so, he's real good.
Is it really physically demanding on you to show mules like this?
Well, you need to be in pretty good shape to hold them and everything, you know. So anything could happen and scare them, and then they could really go.
Yeah.
I mean, they go.
Especially if you got 4 of them.
Right.
To take care of.
But
if you get real tense, do they tense up too?
Well,
well, maybe the fact that
a lot of people that drive them, get excited more than the mules, and that's wrong. Try to stay free. I mean, it's easy to get tense. He's done a real job right there now, and now they're doing the best.
I love how they just kind of push against each other.
Yeah. And if he didn't, they're doing it on the man. He's not pulling the line.
Right.
He's asking this, and they're doing it for him. He's asking. And it takes a lot of time and practice to do that. So they won't do that when you start. It takes time.
To be that disciplined.
Right. You'd have to I'd say put a lot of hours in doing just what he's doing.
Now, is this a judge, the man in the
front? I can't tell what his name is. I never saw the man before till today. But I know the man that he come here with out of West Virginia. I know him. He's come to my place and bought mules. But I never had this man before.
And now he's really checking out this camp.
Yeah, he checks them real good at their legs and checks your harness and see how it looks. See, everything strolls just alike on each set of mules.
Right. Beautiful. I think that might be the crowd favorite.
Yeah, crowd. Well, he got second on 2 mules, and Summers got first a minute ago, so here comes Summers up next, see.
Okay.
Doing the 4 mule hit.
I think we saw him earlier.
They've done through it all.
So now what will they do now? They've already been through that?
Well, he's going to walk them and look at them, I believe, what he's telling them right now.
Competition like this, then, they're giving away the winner, so we'll turn it over to Elvin.
Tom Summers won first.
He got first place, right? And you said he won the first place award?
In the 2 mule hit.
The 2 mule.
I don't think he's maybe been beaten maybe one time. But
second place went to Dylan Jones.
Yeah. So he beat Stroh.
Now, how many ribbons like that do you have?
I don't know. I had a pickup truck load of them. I don't know. I guess I've got 200 this year at home laying on the living room couch.
Oh, my goodness.
Pretty good, pretty size.
Third place here went to C.C. Sewell.
Yeah.
And fourth place went to Jack Struck.
Right.
Good job. Now, how much would a good mule cost then?
Well,
is it hard to say?
It's according to what you want her for. If you want her just for show, why she costs more, you know. But for a working show, wouldn't maybe be as high but just one real good champion mule, I have seen them sell high 5,000.
My goodness.
Mr. Sewell's brother sold a mule once for 5,000 to a man. And then I took a man to Mr. Jeffrey Sewell 3 or 4 years ago, and this man gave Sewell 9,000 for per mule.
Goodness gracious.
That's right. So did.
So if the mule's good enough, then it can bring some money.
Right. So, people want the number one and want the best. And that don't mean because you buy it that you can do it, go back and do the same thing the other man. You got to learn what it takes to make that new show.
Now,
but you couldn't go anywhere and feel any finer 4 mule hitches, and they are here this afternoon.
There you see Thomas Summers, just his ride around. Now, what kind of competition will they have up next?
I think you're going to work a 6 mule hitch.
Oh, my goodness,
Yeah.
6 mules.
I think what the...
Now, have you ever done that?
No, I never have. It takes a lot of nerves out of 6.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll have anybody competing in that one.
Yeah, Jack Stroh's going to drive, I think.
Now, when you bring a team of mules like this and wagon to show, do you have to transport your wagon in something?
Some of them do, and some of them we just pull the wagon behind the trailer. Got hitches, and then we load the mules in the trailer. That's the way I do, and we bring them back. Well, today I brought 9 mules down here.
Today?
Yeah, I had 9 mules down here, and a mother of a baby colt. All right, that's the trailer load, and then we hooked the wagon behind. But I didn't bring my. See, I got a real good wagon, and I got something at the State Fair at 4 mule hitch, and I got a real good wagon. I really like it, and I've had it 2 years. I used to have a gun wagon, but this one's a Corvette rigging.
Oh, my goodness.
It's really nice. I took me a long time to get what I wanted. I finally found a fella that could paint it and make it look, real sharp. And so everybody sees it like it.
That sounds like a great one.
Yeah.
Now over here, Mr. Jones just unhooked his front 2 pair of mules, and he's hooking them up to C.C. Sewell.
Yeah, they're going to have a 2 mule hitch then. 2 wagon hitch.
So they're sort of going in together then to show in this competition,
So
right?
they're going for another turn in to make these mules all work.
Now, will it count off against them that they can all have the same harness?
Well,
in this competition, or this is more of a
well, this is
skill?
something new.
Oh, okay.
This is something new that they just come up with. They don't see many fires have a 6 mule hitch, but it's great. So a lot of people like to see that.
Right.
And you really got to have 6 mules that'll work, or you're in trouble.
Or it could be a 6 mule disaster, huh?
No, a wreck.
Yeah.
A wreck. They're holding the double tree on the camera. See, they're putting on the extra tone.
Oh, okay. So they got to get all the hardware hooked up before they can...
double tree and all that stuff, see.
Now, will they have to do a figure out with this set?
I suppose. They're going to try it. They can if they got enough room.
Okay, now, this is sort of concerning me. Mr. Sewell just stepped down to help hook up the hardware. No one's holding the reins in the seat.
Yeah, but they come. And then everybody's ahead of 2 pairs.
So the only
thing is that he's probably got the brakes on.
Oh, okay. I see.
But, they're still playing a little. They're playing a little gambling. They should have a man out in front.
To kind of hold them in case.
Well, in case something was to accidentally scare them,
Because
they're safe.
Right. They're disciplined well enough to stand there unless something really spooks them.
Right.
Does a crowd play a big factor in a competition like this? Do you normally have big crowds for mules?
Well, some places, and then you take like state fairs they do, yeah. Now, Tuesday at Louisville State Fair, on the one side, it was full. The building was full. And then the day before we showed it in the holder and the mules, just, showed the hauler. And there wasn't as many people at that. So now the wagon hitches, people want to see it.
Yeah.
So, I think that's all they got to see on Tuesday. That's what we done.
While we're waiting here for our 6-hit competition to start up, we want to thank our sponsors for this evening. We will be back in just a moment. If you're looking for the horse show, it will be coming up later. We're live from the Putnam County Fair.
Tonight's live broadcast of the Putnam County Fair is brought to you by the Jess and Gladys Owen Foundation and Catherine Owen Wallace. Owen Farm breeds and exhibits country walking horses throughout the South. These horses include the Heat On, a 1990 Grand Champion. And by Upper Cumberland Urology Associates, serving the Upper Cumberland for over 15 years. Located at 320 North Oak in Cookeville, Doctors Womack, Gorel, and Moore specialize in disease of the urinary tract in men, women, and children. And by the financial support of viewers like you.
We're bringing you live coverage of the Putnam County Fair here in Cookeville, Tennessee, and hope you're enjoying it. If you're looking for the Open to the World Horse Show, which normally starts about this time, we're a little bit delayed with the mule competition, but really it's a delight to see that. We have Ralph Hickenbotham with us tonight, and you're from Monticello, Kentucky, right?
Yeah, sure am.
And Ralph has already won 2 trophies today here at the fair, showing mules. And Ralph, we appreciate you just sort of popping in and helping us with the mule competition.
Okay.
We didn't expect really that we would have the mules still on at this time, but it's for those of you who maybe have never seen this, like I've never seen this competition. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it's really a pretty sight. That's all there is to it.
Now, coming up later on, we will have the Open to the World Horse Show. There'll be several classes in that, and Debbie, 26, Donna says, whoa, it could be a late night then. 26 classes tonight. Debbie Norris will be joining for that. Larry McDonald will be joining us for the Western. And we will be, while we're waiting for the competition, we want to share with you an interview from Thursday night flag horse. I believe that was Leo Brown riding for the Thursday night Putnam County show. And we're going to show you a little bit of that tape, and we'll be right back with the mule competition.
Hi, I'm Debbie Norris, and I'm with Tracy Farley, and we're behind the scenes at the Putnam County Fair. Tracy's getting ready to take this horse to Leo Brown to be our flag horse tonight. Tracy, you want to tell us what a flag horse is and how you got started with a flag horse and Leo Brown?
Well, a flag horse is just a horse that represents the colors of the flag for the Americans, for the ceremony, for the prayer, and for the invitation, for the standing ovation. And this mare is Tracy's going to Leo Brown. Leo brought her to me to prepare her for the show. He's definitely a busy man. So he's got his trainer to it, and that's all I've done all the time lately, to get her ready for the flag and for him to ride to them.
Now, you're his horse trainer.
Uh-huh.
How many horses do you train?
I think 6 horses.
You're how?
I'm 19.
Tracy, when did you start training horses?
I actually started training Tennessee walking horse at the age of 13 when I bought my first horse, my first Tennessee walking horse. He was a plantation horse, and I rode for several different people at the time, just riding their horses for them and training mine as well.
Okay, now, Tracy, this is the thing that I think is so interesting. You don't have anybody to help you?
No, a lot of hard work goes into this, and it's about a full-time job every day, about 8 hours for 6 horses. I clean the stalls every day, I ride each horse every day, and there's a lot of preparation that goes in before and after you ride, even just in a workout trailer. And it's all done on my own.
Now, you work another job, too.
Well, as far as being, and as well as being a college student here at Tennessee State.
Now, you're a college student, and you're majoring in what?
Well, I expect I'll be majoring in animal science, but I hope to actually finish out my degree of horse science.
And what will you do with a degree in horse science?
Hopefully, I will be able to work with a government agency or do some instructional work. Handicapped children, teaching handicapped children is my ultimate goal. And with a horse science degree, I can do that or any kind of instructional job, like such as at a school, in horticulture, anything pertaining to horse or animal science, anything in the government fields like an animal protection agency, anything that pertains to the walking horse or any breed, of course, as far as that goes.
Oh, this is wonderful. And you got a scholarship last year, I understand?
I did. I won a scholarship of $750 at the Walking Celebration for judging horses. I tied 5th out of 144 people. And it's really helped me in college a lot this year.
Do you have anything that you would like to share with us about future goals with horses? You mentioned something to me about handicapped children.
My ultimate goal is to set up a riding school or to work with one of the universities that has handicapped programs, such as UT and MTSU. They both have programs for the handicapped children to ride, and they use walking horses to give their disposition and smooth gait. And that's really what I hope to do. It's very rewarding.
That's Tracy Farley, live from the Putnam County Fair. Thank you.
Debbie Norris there interviewing Tracy Farley, who was taking care of the flag horse for Leo Brown Thursday night. She is Leo's trainer. Now we have Ralph Higginbotham with us from Monticello, Kentucky, and we're in the midst of a 6-hitch mule team show, right? Now tell us about this competition.
Well, this is something real new around here. There ain't many people that will ever try working 6 mules out here like this. It's real, it's something new, really great. But you've got to have 6 mules that really work good to make it work out.
Now, we have 2 competitors, right?
Yeah, Jack Strove and Cap Tool that look like driving these wagons.
Mr. Strode is from McMinnville, Tennessee,
Yeah.
and Mr. Stewart from Allgood, I believe.
Yeah, from all good.
So now, will they just go around the ring, or they have to actually work in this?
Well, I don't know what the deal is. Probably they'll go all around the ring, and I don't know, he might have to do the figure 8 and turn and back up. I don't know. I've never seen this done
With six?
in this smaller place. Now, you had this whole arena here. Yeah, you could do it. Not have no problem,
But with the stage, it might be a problem.
right,
It might be in the
it's
way.
pretty close.
You know, that's a beautiful sound to
Right.
hear all the jingling.
Yeah. Found my team, from wagon team, I've got 2 bells
Oh,
on the hang. And you can hear it as it comes along, but then you'll get used to that, and they kind of listen to that.
do they?
Yeah. Now, the old-time people, years ago, everybody always had a bell on their mule.
Why to do that?
I don't know, but my grandpa and all of them, they had that. So I kind of picked it up from Grandpa, the reason I had the bell.
Now, did they have them on each mule or just
Yeah.
on the wagon?
Well, they just had on one mule
I see.
as a team, see, and all. And so that way, most times when you're working, of course now, years ago, you worked 6 like this. They go to town, take a load of logs, or a load of seed, a load of chicken. It used to
would?
be, people, when they didn't have cars, no trucks, they'd have to have 6 mules to pull the load to town because the road was mud, and you had to have all that mule power there.
Oh.
And they'd have on the front mules, they had a bell, and had a jingle, and the mules all would get together with that bell, and they just learned
Stay in rhythm with the bell.
Right.
That is amazing. It looks like they're having to do that 45-degree
Yeah,
angle thing.
I
over
don't
there.
guess they're going to do the figure 8. I think they're just going to kind of turn left and right, and that's it.
Now, when you have a team like this, is there one mule that is considered the lead mule?
Yeah, the 2 front mules, and the left front mule is the lead mule. So what they call the lead mule. That mule should be the sharpest mule of the 6. You want a smart mule that's easy to pick up all these little. The mules can barely hear you when you got 6 there. A lot of them trained with this little jerk of the line. And, the mule knows what it means. Because if he speaks too loud, the others are going to get excited.
Right.
And they're going to do something wrong. So he's just going to kind of line and keep them all in rhythm. See, now they're doing real good down on Mr. Sewell. See, every one of them is doing a fine job. Now they're going to trot. His backers is going to trot. Now he's got them going. See, everybody's got to go at the same time.
Now we're looking at Mr. Strode.
All right, now Strode, see, now he's coming along. You got to get them all going
The
together.
same, huh?
Yeah.
Are they all going the same, or is that?
Well, pretty well.
Yeah, there they are, aren't they?
Yeah. They all got to get that rhythm.
I bet a bell would help them then if
Well,
they got
yeah.
used to that.
It would.
So if you can get your lead mule to cooperate, then the others will pretty much follow. Right?
Yeah, that's why you call it the left mule, your lead mule. She's supposed to be the smart one out the crowd. And if you got a good lead mule, when you call her name and she's doing her job, you've got not much to worry about. But if she don't, then you're all wrong.
Now, so I assume now with this, you've got 6 lines to worry about, right?
You got 6 instead of 4 now. And
And
there
you
ain't
sort-
many people can do that.
No, I would
I
imagine
mean,
not.
you got to have every line separate from your fingers. You don't hold 2 lines same place. You got to have them in your fingers knitted around. I mean, they're one so way.
And you have
So
to
you
be
can
able
slide.
to... Oh, okay.
So you can slide them and left slack and take out slack. There's a trick to it.
I believe that.
There's a trick to it.
Because you have to be able to control, really,
Right,
each mule
right.
out there, don't you?
Yeah. That's why you got them in your hand where you can pick up the slack or let off the slack.
Now, do you know, and there we can see a little bit, I believe, of Mr. Strode.
Right.
We were able to see that. Do you know if this is the first time they've ever had a 6-pitch?
Far as I know, it's the first one I've seen since I've been coming to Putnam County Fair. Yeah, it is.
Do you ever go down to Columbia to the Mule Day?
Yeah, I judged the mule show down there this year.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, I judged it. Yeah, I've went for the last 15, 16 years. I hauled Cotton Ivy last year in the wagon going through in the parade.
Oh, my goodness.
I sure did. And I hauled one of the senators down there in his family, I think it was, this year. I forgot their names. Man and his wife. Yeah, he's got the line.
The 6 lines separated there.
Right in his family.
Now, we just had a new, that's a new entry. We've got Thomas Summers in here.
Got another, see?
So we're going to have 3.
Well, we're going to have 3 back.
I guess it takes a little bit of time if you've just been in a four-hit competition.
Yeah, to hook them up.
Now, if you were working the mule in the field, you wouldn't use any of the fancy harness stuff, would you?
No, you wouldn't want to get it all dirty and everything, because that'd cost too much money and too much work to keep it clean. So you got to use certain things on that to keep that brass from croaking.
Oh.
And you're talking about 2 hours to 3 hours to each 2 mules to Shining Hornet.
Per mule? Oh,
Right.
my goodness.
If you want it to shine.
Yeah.
Because we worked 5 hours on my Hornet 3 days before I went to the state fair. But it was ready when we got there.
Now they've asked them, I believe, to trot, haven't they? They want them to pick up a little speed.
Do it. Now he's reversing.
Well, you have to use the whole field if you're going to reverse this thing. I hope we don't have a collision here. Oh, there we go. They're passing each other pretty well.
We need him on around this way, but he's going there, on there.
There we go.
Now, Mr. Strolls is doing a real fine job out here. All of us are working good.
They're all good rhythm.
Yeah, sure have.
Eldon Burgess is our arena. Whoa, about to collide with each other.
Back on the rim.
There we go. Well, they did a good job to stop those
That's
two
right.
teams, didn't they?
Right. They was on, you know, when he told him, he spoke to them, they were listening. That was great.
And we learned this is a new competition here.
Yeah,
at the
that's
fair.
great. I'd say they'll have it next year.
Yeah. You think there'll be a day when you say mule
Well,
hit?
you could. They could, you know, it could be done. But, you know, this is something they just liable to come up with a... I seen one time at Woodbury, Old-Timer Day, I believe they have in May. They worked 20 mules to a wagon, but had a big tractor tied to the wagon so to hold.
Oh, I see.
And Mr. Stroll was one of the drivers. And
My
they had
goodness.
20 mules, had 10 tires working the wagon. Now that was a pretty sight.
I bet it
Yeah,
was.
it was. They had all colors.
How many drivers did they have then for something like that?
I think 4. I believe 4 people they rode a mule. They rode a lead mule and drove like 4 mules. And then the back team, they didn't nobody driving them back here to wagon.
Well, I bet that was a sight to
Right.
see then, and that was sort of an exhibition type.
Yeah. Something new.
There's Jack Strode. You said he was one of the drivers of that.
Well, now this is Tom Summers here.
Yeah, what we just saw in the spring, I think, was.
Yeah.
And Thomas Summers is in front of us. C.C. Sewell, that's C.C. Sewell's team. Right
Coming
there.
up, yeah, C.C. Sewell's coming up next.
Gold from Mac Mendel, Tennessee.
And now, will they judge him? Are they
Yeah, the judge, I'd say the judge is, yeah, he's out there lining them up now.
I see.
And I don't know what he's going to do.
And he's looking at him. I don't know if he's going to ask him to work or to... Maybe he's just going to line them up side by side.
Probably going to line them up and look at them and see how they all look. He'll decide who he thinks he's going to give first.
Now, if you were a judge, what would be the deciding factor in some sort of competition like this?
Well, you'd have to watch how they all work and which sticks you thought worked nice. And then you'd have to watch how they turn. And then, so you get 50% how they work and then 50% how they all look in the way. That's what you'd have to look for, the judges. I'm glad I ain't a judge.
Yeah,
It's a big decision.
Yeah, it is a big decision. He's having some right now, isn't he?
You mean Somerset,
Yeah.
turning left and right.
So he's seen him work around with trotting and walking around the ring.
Now he's turning left and right, 45-degree angle, just like on the 2-meal hit
Right.
in the Fordmore. Now he's doing a great job.
That is amazing. Working with those 6 lines, I just...
They're all putting around, see, together.
Right.
And they're all lined up now. See, the wagon, the wheels is straight under the bed.
But the other 2 are...
Still, they're locked in, and they're setting up. See, if the wagon moves, that's points again.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the back wheels ain't supposed to move. So now the wagon is coming back.
Right. Those are the wheels that move, and the other ones...
Yeah, they're the front wheels, the steel wheels.
Boy, look how still that wagon is.
Right.
That is amazing.
They're working on command, you see.
You see Thomas Summers of Morrison.
Morrison. Yeah, Morrison, Tennessee.
Yeah. This is a 6-pitch mule competition, wagon competition, and brand new event at the Putnam County Fair. I'm Becky McGurr along with Ralph Higginbotham, and Ralph is from Monticello, Texas. We appreciate you being with us for this competition.
Well, glad to be here.
He sort of pulled you in at the last minute, but
Yeah.
you've been a wonderful host, and appreciate you being with us.
All right.
Well, what time did you get here this morning?
About 10:30, I think it was. We left home about 8:30. That's about 2 hours to come down here. Yeah, we live about 80 miles from here.
And what time did you get out to get your mules loaded? And
It's up at 5.
oh, goodness.
Feeding
Yeah.
and, getting them ready to go. Of course, I had them strawed down and where they stay clean last night. And we worked last night till 10 o'clock.
Clean them.
Well, yeah, and putting straw where they'd be
I
clean, see. We hung usually like acre to backer, and then come in at 7:30 and then work about 10.
Oh, my goodness.
Get ready for this today.
Yeah.
So I say, you gotta love it, or you wouldn't.
Yeah, because you don't really get anything out of
Well,
it, except
like-
for the...
Yeah, pride is what, and advertising.
Yeah.
Like I said, people comes and buys mules from me, and I try to have some good mules, and there's a lot of these mules up there in this hitch I've owned and sold these people, and if they wasn't good, they wouldn't be here.
That's true. That's right.
right.
That's right. And you do take, I'm sure you do take a lot of pride
Well,
in when you
A lot,
see
yes.
the mule.
yeah,
I know you've had something to do with it.
yeah, and see, I raise a lot of these mules. Did you ever see the Smithsonian magazine, an 83 issue, October? You go to the library, and there's a Smithsonian, and it's got two mules on the cover. And they wrote a story about me in 83, about Higginbotham, and a mule that I raised at Louisville. You have never seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Well,
I'm going
you
to
can
go
go-
look it up.
You go any library, and it'll be in the library. It's went all over the world, and then after it all happened, I've had a lot of kin folks that called me up because they said they were kin to me. I don't know. That's
That'll
right.
happen more.
All airplanes, all doctor's office, they have this magazine thing.
Yeah.
And I had people who call me up, and even I've sold people mules after they saw the book.
Yeah. Now, what was the story behind Lulabelle then?
Well, I raised her and showed her when she was a baby and won at the state fair, showed her when she was a year and won at the state fair, went back to 2-year-old in reserve place, and then I matched her with a mule named Kate. And I guess I got a little too attached to her. I liked her, not never sold her.
Is that right?
Yeah. She ended up going to Pennsylvania. But she was just a great mule. And kind of a heartbreaking thing when I sold her.
You know, that brings up an interesting thing that I was wondering about. Do you get real attached to this mule?
Well, I try not to now. So that one, he just kind of hurt.
Yeah.
You know, it was time to sell her when I sold her for big money. I sold them for $5,500 to Reese Brothers. And they went to the sale and brought 59.
Right.
And the Amish people bought them in Pennsylvania. And they took them up there, and they got them now. I know where, I talked to the Amish that bought them, and he knows where the Amish people that farm with them, and they loved them.
Oh.
And they took care of them, they say, and if I ever go to Pennsylvania, I'm going to go see them.
Yeah.
Because I raised this mule, and I showed them a picture, and they know right where she's at. And they really liked her. But, you know, it's hard to give her up, because it seemed like everything I'd done with her was, you know, she just knew what to do.
Yeah.
And, of course, I'd raised her and loved her from the time I had her.
Well, she was a baby, right?
Yeah.
You had her from the very beginning.
From birth. I raised her, and then I took her to state fair when she was a baby, one is a year, and then one is a reserve as a 2-year-old. Then when she came in 3, when the money's high, I sold her and replaced her with some more new babies. But, you know, I just really hate their dog. But she's in the magazine.